If you're just getting started with Amazon online arbitrage and are feeling overwhelmed trying to find your first profitable product, this video is for you. I know how confusing it can be at the beginning. There's so many tools, strategies, and opinions flying around, leading most new Amazon sellers to feel stuck or buying the wrong products entirely. In this video, I'm gonna walk through the exact step-by-step method I'd use if I were starting over from zero today to find my first winning online arbitrage product without any guesswork, hours of time wasted, or complicated tools. This is the exact strategy I've used to help dozens of new sellers find and sell their first profitable products fast. We'll pop a whole bunch of student results up here on screen. And keep in mind, guys, most of these people did this part-time while working their 9-to-5 job or in college. And if you're ever interested in personalized one-on-one help directly from me, I'll leave a link down below in the description for my private coaching program application. Let's jump right in and find our first winning product.
And the beauty of online arbitrage, guys, is we don't need 5 to 10K to get started with. We can just work from home and you can get started part-time with your 9-to-5 or while in college. And all we're doing is just finding discounted name brand products, shipping them to ourselves, shipping them off to the Amazon FBA warehouse. We don't have to run any ads, create any products, or buy stuff from China. Oh, and if you're ever worried about ungating too, I'm gonna show you guys that entire process in this video. So to start off, I wanna show you guys the basics of what a winning online arbitrage product looks like, and then we're gonna go through by far the simplest and easiest way to actually find your first winning products. You guys can set up literally right after this video and get started finding some winners here. So to start off, we can take a look at these Tommy boxers right here. So we can see right off the bat, these have about 6,000 reviews, so we know they sell well. Anything above like 30 to 50 is really good here. But review count isn't what we're most worried about, guys. What we're most looking for is the sales rank, aka the BSR on a specific product right here. So we can see you want to make sure you're staying below a 200K BSR whenever you're looking at something right here. So we can see this one's 22K, so that's totally good. You can occasionally go above 200K, especially in bigger categories, but primarily you're going to focus on the BSR as an initial qualifier, and then the Keepa chart, which I'm going to show you guys how to do right here. We can see estimated sales per month about 1,000 across all these variations, the different colors, different sizes here. You want to make sure you stay above like 30 to 50 right here, and then we can see our max cost is 20 bucks right here. So if we take a look over on the Tommy Hilfiger website, we can see they're going on Tommy for about $25.55 right here. So if we plug in $25.50 right here, unfortunately, SellerAmp shows we make only about 39 cents profit and a 25% ROI. And remember, guys, SellerAmp takes into account shipping, fees, sales tax, literally everything. So SellerAmp does a lot of the heavy lifting for you. But I can actually see that there's actually a 25% off sale going on right now for Memorial Day. So I can literally do math within SellerAmp here, guys, and take off 25%. And now this listing becomes about $7 profit and a 35% ROI right here. And that's the winning product criteria you guys want to take a look at. We want to stay below a 200K rank, above $3 profit per unit, and above a 30% ROI. But typically to create that margin, guys, it's going to take different coupons like you saw with that sale. So really make sure you lock in and implement the different discounts I'm going to show you guys how to do in this video here. So now SellerAmp shows us if an item is actually profitable today. But what Keepa does, the other Chrome extension we want to be using, you guys want to make sure you do this on Google Chrome here, is Keepa shows us if this listing's actually been profitable over time. So when you initially get the Keepa Chrome extension, it's going to show about 3 different charts here. Personally, I'd recommend clicking sub ranks to take out that middle one, and Keepa literally shows us how a product's done ever since it was added to Amazon's here. So we can see in this case, like back in late 2015, so literally almost 10 years. But when you're a beginner, you just want to focus on the 3-month data, because when you're starting out, you're doing 5 to 10 unit test orders. If you need to do ungating, it's nice and easy just using order confirmation emails and receipts just from big retail websites like Tommy, for example. Tommy, you can do orders of 6. So if you wanted to ungate it, you do 2 orders of 5 or 2 orders of 6 right there. But the brand website and all big websites work for ungating these days in 2025. You just have to be willing to accept you'll get declined a couple times. Keep submitting out of the files, nice and easy. I have a full ungating tour on my channel. So the top Keepa chart is going to show the demand, aka the sales rank, and the price action, aka the buy box price over time. So this pink line right here is the buy box price. That's what the price that we can see. This is where we want to be as a seller. Here in the buy box, this white buy now option. And we can see that over time it's gone for about $38, but even up to $39. So if I were to send this into FBA, just using Boxum to create my FBA shipments, I'd go ahead and price that up at $39 here. And we can see the number one way to gauge velocity on a specific product is the bottom Keepa chart, aka the offer count movement, otherwise known as the seller count movement. So I get asked all the time, how much competition is too much competition on a specific product? Truth be told, it's all about the trend. We can see the offer count is nicely staying steady right here. It's jumping up and down. It's even more over the long term. We can see it went up a little bit in competition in like November, December. That was probably just because of a really good Black Friday deal. So it makes sense. But we can see the nice thing is Keepa literally protects us from buying risky products, and that we can see that this has sold for a while. Now, I'm sure some of you guys are thinking, okay, it has the suspected IP complaint thing on SellerAmp here. But if we take a look over the long term, I never see a big drop off in sellers, which would indicate an IP complaint right here. So this is a good example of winning product, and there's other colors and sizes we would totally want to take a look at here by just going to the variations tab on Keepa and then taking a sec to organize our columns correctly. Red, I'd recommend just organizing them similar to this. And now we can see which other ones have good offer count movement. So for example, like these black ones have good offer count movement there at 41. That's going to be nice and profitable if we can buy these from Tommy Hilfiger as well. So the nice thing is all the time with the shoes and clothing category, there's hidden leads where one variation like this is actually going to have other products that are also good. And now, okay, how do we find other winning stuff from here? The number one mistake beginners make is they think that the best way to find stuff is to do manual sourcing on unproven websites. So just go to random websites that they see in my videos that they think are good and just look through their sales sections. Never do that. Instead, just focus on the Amazon side of things, finding good listings on Amazon via what's called the storefront stalking method. So the way we're going to do that, guys, is we're going to go ahead and scroll down here on SellerAmp and take a look at all the different sellers that carry this product. And we're going to open up the sellers that we can see that have lots of reviews, that have like 25 plus reviews that we know are making money. Luckily, when you're competing with different sellers, the Amazon buy box algorithm doesn't really factor in reviews much at all. It's all about pricing and just if your inventory is fully checked in at FBA. But reviews are a great gauge to go ahead and find sellers to storefront stock. So now we just want to open up the sellers that we can see have like 25 plus reviews here, and we can go ahead and see what we can do in terms of tracking down more items from their storefronts here. So we can see, yeah, 144 right there. Yeah, 4,000. And now pretty quickly here, we can instantly see a ton of other products that sell well, taking a look at the brands these sellers carry and the categories these sellers carry. And all the items that show up quick in their storefront are their fastest selling winning products here. And now all we have to be able to do is track down these items at profitable prices by just taking a look at these sellers here. So say, for example, like Nike, unfortunately, is what's called hard gated, aka closed for newer sellers where you can't apply for ungating. But say like Tommy Copper, we can see 35K rank, people making money on this. 93K rank, people making money on this. 84K rank, people making money on this. So now all I have to do is just click and open up this Amazon page and we'll see what we can do in terms of tracking down some other winning products from here. I've also seen good stuff with Calvin Klein. I saw that Calvin Klein had a sale going on this weekend for Memorial Day here. And now I can quickly see, okay, 19K rank, people make money on this. 25K rank, people make money on this. 2 million rank, going to stay away from that. And that's all you guys want to do is that you can just open up these storefronts and take a look at what these other sellers got. And we can see, yeah, other Tommy Hilfiger stuff. So we can see like 170K rank. We'll take a look at that, right? 45K rank. We'll take a look at that. 88K rank. We'll take a look at that here. And now pretty quickly, all I'm going to do when I come to these different listings is I'm going to hop down here and see if the Keepa chart looks good. Competition's trending down, price is trending pretty steady, trending up a little bit right there. But what I'm also going to do is go here and hit variations and see which of these have the best offer count movement, right? So I want to look at the offer count movement tab right here to see which got, action going up and down, folks selling out here. So we can see, taking a look at these guys, we can see looks good right there, looks good right here, 88. So now let's see if we can find these for like $44 or less, because typically the way the Amazon fees break down, in order for something to be profitable, you have to find it for half or less of what you can sell it for. So if I go down here, we can see, aha, okay, this looks pretty promising here. So let's see. So we're at $49.75 here. This is the Tommy Copper website. We can see 50% off site-wide from Memorial Day right here. Is that the same guy in the picture? Okay, it's the same guy in the picture right here. So we can see plugging in $49.75. We can see $16 profit, 33% ROI right here. It does have the suspected IP, but we can take a look and see if the sellers ever got kicked off the listing, which we not the case in this specific example here. And we can go ahead and take a look at other products in this brand too. And then what I also want to do is dig around and just on these websites and see if there's any other coupon codes I can use too, which comes from taking a look at Capital One Shopping and Coupon Birds, potentially hitting up the customer service and see if I can use my resource certificate, taking a look on carbear.com to see if there's any discounted gift cards, or seeing if there's any email account or text sign-up codes at the bottom here, which typically will show, okay, yeah, we can see. So our first order, we can get 20% off right here. So say that works, which it might not. I'm going to go ahead and be even more profitable here, plugging in $49.75 minus the 20% code. This will become even better. So you always want to plug in and see if you can find additional deals right here. And now I'd also want to take a look at the other variations here too. So where a lot of people go wrong is they don't know how to navigate the variations correctly. It's one of the first things I do when people join my coaching program, actually, is I make them organize the columns correctly right here, because there's so many good all-in arbitrage products that have different colors, have different sizes, and you need to have that dialed in. So we can see these slightly different here. We can see competition's going up on this specific shirt. We'll take a quick glance at the variation, see if anything makes sense here. We can see, comp going up. Maybe right here, if we could find these at like 40, it's probably the same retail price, honestly. So let's see. Yeah, we can see frequently returned here. So we'd want to have it a little bit higher ROI on this. So plugging in right here, we can see, yeah, so at $49.75 here, I wouldn't want this because of the frequently returned badge. But if that 20% code works, now we'd make $25 profit and a 65% ROI. So this is something I'd only take if that 20% code worked. And the nice thing is, guys, the more you do this, you start to realize that most brands really only come from one place, which makes it really easy. And that as long as you find the right discounts for these different retailers, stuff gets really easy. And that's a big thing I do with my coaching guys, is just hand them different discounts for different websites. And it makes things significantly easier to source, because that's the entire game here. It's 25 or 45 here, right? 46, 40, right? So let's see if we can find these for under $20. Let's see. So yeah, $45 in the buy box for under $20 will be super, super profitable here. So let's see, plugging these in on Google here, we can see, aha. Yeah, Nordstrom Rack. So 1997 here. Let's see. So yeah, 1997, white small. Let's see, and they got them in stock too. Boom. Yeah, we literally picked these up today. So these are in stock to pick up, but out of stock to ship. So you'd want to take a look at your specific store to see if that makes sense. But regardless, worst comes to worst, we add this to an out of stock spreadsheet in Selleram, and we definitely want to check those other sizes too as well, because there were some of these. Let's see, pick up today. We can see, yeah, so some of these you can actually ship. Okay, so it's just that size small that can't be shipped. So now we'll see if there's any others. Let's see, extra large here. Yeah, so extra large is in stock. So we can see extra large at 40, right? So buying for 19, selling for 41. Amazon is in stock on this here. So we plug in $19.97. We can see, make $9 profit, 40% ROI right here. But the key is that sellers that aren't Amazon are getting buy box. This could totally make sense because Amazon's not holding the entire buy box, being that we can see the difference on there as well. So we can see, not bad whatsoever here, guys. So let's see, right? Let's go down here. Nice stable price action, honestly. Competition went up a bit, but it was like a month ago, right? So we'll take a look at the variations here. We can see, so yeah, 34, 33 here, right? That one looked nice. Now we'll go ahead and just Google it, see what website's carrying this, and see if we can make any money on this. So let's see, plugging in here, 23 here. Let's see, so we're here at 23, right? And there's this extra 20% off discount in cart. We can always go ahead and test that. So let's see if we're here at $23.10. We can see we're close. And then we take off that 20% code, and we can see pretty much good, honestly, if you're a beginner, especially if there's any chance to buy boxes higher. But what I'm actually going to do to further validate this is go over to Cardbear and see if there's any discounted gift cards for calvinklein.com, which there's not whatsoever right here. But there's probably a rewards program or something like that on Calvin Klein where we get some extra margin back too as well. Regardless, when you're a beginner, $5 profit, 29% ROI can totally be cool, even though we technically want to be above that 30% ROI. It's so stable looking at this price. That's not bad whatsoever here. So now we're going to take a look at these boxes as well. Go down here to variations, say, hey, what's got good offer count movement, right? So we can see variations here. Now we'll see if there's any good offer count movement. We can see, yeah, not looking good on those here. Let's see, taking a look at these guys as well. We'll go down here to variations, see what's got some good offer count movement, and let's dig in and see what we can do. Got this loaded up here. We can see, yeah, not much movement on those guys. 31 here, maybe, right? So we see if we can go ahead and grab these for about $15 right here. Plugging in on Google with Selleramp right there, we can see, yeah, definitely not good. And that's literally the entire process here, guys. We just want to go ahead and say, hey, what are other folks making money on? What can we go ahead and take a look at on there? So we can see, like, these guys were pretty good. The Calvin Klein tank tops were good. We took a look at those Tommy Copper items as well. And that's what the entire process of finding your first online arbitrage product looks like. If you want to work together with me one-on-one to start or grow your online arbitrage business the right way, take a look at the link in the description. Go ahead and apply. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments as well. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.